But it's H Shinigami in here to bring you another continuation on stuff that's happening in Hollywood, and in this case, a PR firm that has basically come forward and in the article that we'll go over admits to paying at least $50 more than their competitor to get these certain movies reviewed and other stuff like that. Now, it's not uncommon to have movies be paid, or at least the reviews be paid for, I guess you could say, but it's not usually disclosed, and Rotten Tomato does say they discourage that, but obviously it still happened, right? Now, the reason why this is very significant is, if you kind of think back to it, it's a little bit of an overrated metric to judge films, at least the way that they do it, because 60 and below is rotten. The other thing to take into consideration is that they changed their whole system during Captain Marvel because they didn't want people to review bomb it, and even then they still, tweaked it from there on. Whenever they needed movies defended, they kind of messed with it, right? So, with what we got going on here, it just makes you wonder, right? How, So PR firm has been manipulating the tomato movie scores for over 5 years by paying critics directly. Now, right here in this article here with Vulture, in 2008, a movie publicly company called Bunker 15 took on a new project, Ophelia, a feminist retelling of Hamlet, starring Daisy Ridley, blah blah blah. Had 13 reviews, 7 of them negative, which translated to a score of 46 on a all-important aggregation site Rotten Tomato. A disappointing outcome for a film with prestige desperation and no domestic distributor. But just because the tomato meter says a title is rotten, scoring below 60 doesn't need to stay that way. Bunker 15 went to work, and then this is what they're saying. They paid these people basically to bump it up, basically, right? And it's a Sundance film, and when the feeling of that has been treated a bit harshly by some critics, blah blah. Let's see, what did they bump it up to? See if it says it right here. Yeah, it climbed the tomato meter to 62%, flipping from rotten to fresh. The next month, the distributor IFC Films announced that it had acquired Ophelia for release in the US. You know what I mean? And that's just one example. You can only imagine all the times that people were saying that a film seems to have been bought, especially when the review seems to be ticking very much in one direction, and the audience is just like, no, this is actually shit, or this is actually good, when something's either bad or good, right? Man. When you're... Obviously, I've just recently started making YouTube videos, so it's not like I can say that I've been saying this for years, but I would like to say at least that, for my own personal taste, seeing how stuff had been reviewed for the longest time, it always had me kind of like, uneasy. Obviously, it's good to know why, and once I'd seen more other videos talking about this kind of stuff hidden amongst Hollywood, then it all started to make a little bit more sense. Now, that being said, what is going to happen? Well, hopefully people obviously will stop using Rotten Tomato. Don't know how well that'll work, but lawsuits could be incoming. It could affect a multiple number of things, but as of right now, it is shattering the trust with what little normies still use it, right? So let's see how this goes for, well, Rotten Tomato. Yeah, this topic, I mean, seems pretty simple and self-explanatory on what is going on, right? Someone is paying for reviews to bump their shitty up to like decent, right? And I mean, what else can you really say is that hopefully something comes of it, like a lawsuit, or these people are able to not do it. But knowing Hollywood, they usually tend to be able to get away with this kind of bullshit for some fucking reason, right? And it gets a little bit upsetting as of right now, though, at least with the superhero genre. That is on the downturn, so obviously I don't think Marvel really, or Disney, has anything to look forward to. Maybe that Wish movie, but who knows really, with the bad faith that Disney's in. There are some films and certain movies that are affected by the culture right now, that even if they did try and buy their way out of it, they themselves are not even in a financial stable position to do so. Most of these companies right now are bleeding money, mostly because of streaming. They really didn't take into account how much server space that would all, cost. And with that being said, with a little bit that some of these people are paying reviewers to do all this shit, you can imagine they might not want to be doing it. So that's why you might be getting a little bit more honest reviews soon for some films, because some of these companies, they don't have the cash to spare, even if they really need that PR. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Ace Shinigami signing out, and let me know what you guys think down below. Am I being too harsh? What do you think should happen with Rotten Tomatoes? Are they, just fucking horrible filth, or what? I mean, yeah, I guess we'll figure it out later. Let's see what happens. But I guess for now, we told you so. Have a happy, good night, happy birthday, all the above. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.